Well, we finally have some more data to talk about when it comes to everybody's favorite train wreck, The Acolyte. It's seen a lot of viewership fluctuation. It's fallen off of the top 10 chart, and by that I mean streaming originals, because it never made the top 10 chart of, there's a standard chart for just straight up who's the king of ratings. It never made that chart. It did make streaming originals. And it was at number 9. Yeah, this article has that chart on here front and center. It's at number 9 for The Acolyte. And it fell off of that chart. It's comparable, honestly, to Willow, as pointed out by John Trent in his article here, which is not good. And it should raise concerns about the future of The Acolyte to Disney, because the viewership is not stabilizing and it's not improving. Which kind of makes me think, long term, when you look at this based on performance trends and historical similarity to other stuff like Willow, the series is just not going to maintain or grow its audience. It's just not going to happen. And, initially, it seems like it was going to bring in a lot of attention and viewership based on a lot of lightsabers bouncing around, because, we all love our lightsabers, but that just did not happen. Disney, they have a significant investment in this show. So I'm sure expectations for this were high, because we have a lot of Jedi. Everyone loves the Jedi, right? So this show was supposed to be hit, even though we're going to attack them and now make them morally gray, which nobody wanted. So, what is this going to mean for the future of Star Wars? You can't just pump money into something and expect it to just bring in people. And what's funny is the money for this show, where is it? Where is that massive budget for this show? Because it doesn't look like it went into the show's production, I can tell you that. Everything for this show looks cheap as hell. Another thing that's not helping the ratings for this show are the conversations that surround it. All about how we're going to use this show to start a discussion on gender norms. It's so wildly intentional. You can see from the headline there. She talks about how she wants to do things, and she intentionally changed character dynamics. She wanted the costumes to challenge traditional gender roles. She wanted to portray softer, non-stereotypical traits in male characters by depicting assertive behaviors in female characters. Have them be more assertive. You see it with that green character, the one, she's actually Leslie Headland's wife in real life, the green chick. I forget her name, because everybody in this show outside of Saul is forgettable. He's the only good character in this show. That's interesting. And I think that's more so to the performance. I forget his guy. We'll just call him Squid Games guy, because that's what he's from. Squid Games guy is actually a good actor. And I'm not trying to, put him down, but that's what everybody knows him from. We know him from Squid Games. But everybody else is flipped. It's all done intentionally. We want softer, more feminine men and more assertive, dominating women. And this show definitely has that. She wants to change the traditional narratives of Star Wars. That's what she wants to do. And she wants to do that by introducing all these themes on identity and relationships as they go with identity. Because remember, Osha, who's with the Sith guy, Smilo Ren, she's supposed to be the more masculine one of the twins, even though they're the same. They there's nothing really different about them because she's not that good of an actress. But she's supposed to be the masculine one. Smilo Ren, you think he's going to be masculine? No, he's feminine. feminine. And that's intentional. Now we have a flipped gender role relationship, and that's going to get everyone talking, apparently, because that's what this is all about. Running off fandom. Want to get rid of those old fans, bring in these new ones, and a good way to do that is through controversy, which is what she's been doing. Well, not just her. Actually, Kathleen Kennedy has been introducing that shit into Star Wars since she got there. Star Wars is less and less about good and evil. It's become more about gender roles and identity. That's what Star Wars is now. You saw it in The Last Jedi, remember? If you go back and watch The Last Jedi, when they're on that ship, all of the power positions are women. Men follow them around. There was I remember one distinct scene in that. There was a dude following that one little girl around. I forget what she looks. She's really young. But he's following her around with a clipboard, it looked like. It's what it's all about with this. But, you know, she likes to act like that's not what's happening when it's pretty damn obvious. Because when she goes out there and talks about how she's not doing that, and it may feel like she's criticizing the Jedi, but that's not the case, as this article's headline says, she contradicts herself more and more every time she goes out and gives interviews, because it's pretty obvious that she wants to reinterpret the way the Jedi are seen in their mythology. She wants to reinterpret it and make it more morally gray, take them away. Like, they're not good guys so much anymore. Now they're kind of, you know, slightly evil even. They're oppressors. The Sith are really oppressed. The Jedi are dogmatic. They don't have everybody's good intentions in mind anymore. Like, it's all bullshit, in my opinion. And it's crazy to me that they want to do this with Star Wars. Star Wars went from being fun to now being a platform for social commentary on gender norms, identity, and diversity. And you cannot convince me that that's not what they're doing with this show. It's 100% what they're doing, not just with this show, but with this franchise now. Everything that they put out is revolving around that in some way. And if you want to know why the franchise is on such a decline, you don't have to look any further than that. You're destroying established canon every time you put something out. And that's going to have big implications on the future of it. Because what is something like Star Wars without a strong canon? This shit is important. And they're just throwing it out the window so that they can have more creative freedom to pretty much run in here and do this kind of bullshit, which isn't bringing in any new fans. The only people that are coming in are Tumblr degenerates. And that's not a sustainable fan base. And I don't think they really spend any money on anything. At most, they probably pirate these shows. They don't actually buy Disney Plus. You know they're not going to go out there and buy figures and merchandise. I've seen that Acolyte merch is starting to roll out in some places. And don't bother looking. Just wait a couple months, and I can tell you where you can find it if you do want some. Discount stores will have them by Christmas, more than likely. So if you have somebody you want to give a joke gift to, probably head out to Ollie's and you'll be able to find all of these characters. I guarantee you'll be able to find Osha and May, no problem. And that green Jedi chick, you'll find her no problem. Smilo Ren, you'll find no problem. The only one that might not end up there is Saul. That'll be it. If anybody even buys him, because nobody's watching this piece of shit. Just like nobody watched Willow. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think about the future of Star Wars being a platform for social identity? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you would, please throw a like up. Share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.